You're watching News 24 Live. Welcome to this week's Wheel Show. Last week we reviewed, of course, the Renault Capture. This week we have another 1.2 crossover. This time it's the Nissan Juke Ascenter Plus, and we have Sean Parker from Wheels 24 who's going to give us the specs and take us for a spin. Sean, what is the first thing that stands out for me with this car is, of course, it's quite loud. The color,
It is.
It makes a statement.
The color is called moonlight yellow.
All right.
And I'm sure that it can be seen at night. The Nissan Juke has recently has undergone a facelift, and this new model has a new 1.2 liter turbo engine, as you mentioned, and just a couple of styling cues to make it stand out. I don't know if that's possible, but even more.
All right, Sean, well, let's see what you can do.
Let's go.
Right, Sean, you mentioned earlier that the Juke is a car that polarizes opinion mainly because of its looks. So what do you make of the styling as a whole?
Yeah, the new model has refreshed bumpers, new side mirrors, and bigger wheels, also a different wheel design on our Ascenter Plus model. I quite like it. I know that yesterday when I picked up my girlfriend from work, the color, sort of scared her, that moonlight yellow. To be honest, the looks have grown on me, and I think it could be compared to the Mona Lisa. It's either something that you love or you hate. It's one of those designs. But all in all, I've come away feeling a lot better about the styling of the car. It's a totally subjective thing, So I mean, people can make up their own minds.
What is the ride like?
Yeah, so this new, the upgraded model. The 1.2 liter turbo replaces the old 1.6 liter, and it produces 85 kilowatts and 190 newton meters of torque, and it felt quite sprightly. I think that at some time, sort of like on the highway to cruise and all of that, your normal sort of daily drive, it's fine. There were a couple of times where we were driving, it lacked a bit of power, sort of going up those steeper hills. So,
but I thought for a 1.2 liter engine, it was actually relatively kind of punched above its weight.
Nissan, they claim the fuel consumption claim is 5.6 liters per 100 kilometers. I think that I was averaging about 6.5, which is quite good. The claim sort of figures aren't you can't compare them to the real world. I think that one aspect that I did really enjoy about the car was how plush the ride was. The suspension really soaks up the bumps, and coupled to those comfortable seats as well, it really makes sort of journeys a comfortable one. So Nissan have done really well when it comes to that. Our particular model has quite a number of gadgets as well, and the ones that you can obviously use while you are driving is the stop-start. So that's when you come to an intersection and you put the continue neutral, and obviously the engine switches off. I think, and you can attest to this, but it's one of the best systems that I've ever sort of used, like in a test car. It never ever felt like the engine had switched off, but then it also never felt like the engine had come back on. So that whole system it's quite seamless, and that's another doff to Nissan for getting that, you know, sort of like head down well.
Okay. Any negatives?
Negatives, well, the steering wheel doesn't move up high enough for me, and because it's a crossover, I push my seat sort of fairly high enough to get a good look around. That was one sort of negative that I had. I am quite a big guy, so you know, that's obviously sort of my preference.
Okay. And safety?
Yeah, safety. It has 6 airbags, EBD, and ABS. It's got you know sort of everything that you need, and perfect for a city car, perfect for a young family, or you know someone that has an outdoor lifestyle. The boot actually has a deeper load bay, so that's for two purposes. Obviously, for more space, and also to keep away your valuables from prying eyes. But overall, I think that for 254,900 Rand, I think it's a very good package, and I enjoyed the manual box. I know that you've complained about the fact that most of our test cars are automatics, but I think the reality is that most people can afford the manual versions. You know, the automatic versions always have a premium over the manual sort of counterparts. So this manual, I'll definitely give the thumbs up.